Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another season of F2 here on the League of Europe channel. I'm back once again, RJ. You may know me, you may not, but I'm back for my second season commentating. This is season 7, and we've mixed things up a little bit. The game's given us the choice now. As since we have last raced, or since, well, obviously this is the first time we have been able to choose the 2021 F2 cars as the cars for the season. So we will be using those, which means the 2021 format comes with it. Now, in real life, it's qualifying, then 2 sprint races, and then the feature race. But we don't have time to do 3 races. So, one-shot qualifying is staying, but the sprint race will come first, and the order will be decided by the quali results, but the top 10 reversed. So, if you're first in quali, you'll start 10th in that race. Simple. Feature race, the grid was set from qualifying, so there is no feature race where you finish. If you finish 8th in the feature race, you'll go on pole now. None of that. It's both grids are decided by qualifying. So if you qualify 11th, you're starting 11th in both races, no matter what you do in the races. Safety car, everything else is the same. Yeah, pole is still 2 points, 1 point for fastest lap. Mandatory pit stops in the feature race still after from lap 3 onwards, which is the same as before. And the points for both races are exactly the same. So sprint race is 18 for a win, down to 15th place, where you get 1 point. And then the feature race is 25 for a win, down to 15th place. So points wise, everything is the same in terms of how this is set up, except the sprint race comes before the feature race, and it's in the 2021 cars. Now, I should have got the graphic up for this, but that is my bad. The teams we have, I'll just go in order from what. So, you and I, Virtuosi. We have Larkin, who, well, I can do it this way. So, you and I, Virtuosi. We have XL Larkin, Ariel Mark. That is the team. Prima, we should have Jordan, who's there, and that should be B Morgan in the Prima. Killer Blue has gone in there. We'll get to him in a minute. ART, where are you? I see. There we go. We have Sir Ibo and Campbell. That is a hell of a team. High Tech is, I'm gonna say Top. If I get that wrong, or Taupe, please tell me which one it is. It's pre-season, I can get away with it, I think. And Darry is the second driver there, but Darry's not here. Rocco takes that seat. HWA is Verstappen, who's down there, and Cortez, who not here right now. Killer Blue has just changed to Trident, which is where he is, with Miami. And Jav is a reserve. He has gone in the Prima now. Carlin, we have... Where are they? Nathan and Luke. They're my prediction for the title, but we haven't even started yet and I'm making predictions. Well, I mean, that's the point of a prediction. There we go. Dams is Heated, and his teammate is Nolan, who is not here, or not here yet. I haven't checked non-attendance to see whether he's actually racing. MP, we have Tin Can with Maverick, and then Charus, we have Eisen, or Aizen. I'm still saying his name wrong. I have no idea. Please, that's another one I probably should know. And then Chill is his teammate. So that is every team. Now which team doesn't have drivers? I think it's Campos. Which Lars has gone in Campos for today as a reserve. And the other thing is the calendar. So we're at Austria for pre-season. And then we have 12 races. We finish on the 12th of April. Starting next week, we have Silverstone. We go to China, Imola, Spain, Baku, Portugal. That's halfway. So Portugal's halfway. It's pretty much the same point last season. Brazil, Jeddah, Sochi, Italy, Spa, and Bahrain. For some reason, I've mixed the tracks in with the countries. It's don't know why I've done that, to be fair. But there we go. That is pretty much everything I have to go through before we start. And that is why I started the stream early, because otherwise I would have to do it during qualifying, and I don't really want to do that. So let's move it over to the actual game. And we will get this going. Now, it is pre-season, so obviously no points for this. Well done if you guessed that. But it's for some of these people, it's going to be the first time they drive these cars, because I know from experience, rarely did I ever, because you don't have to find a setup, rarely did I ever touch these these cars on when I was in F2. Like, you know, I maybe did like 3 laps just to get a feel for the circuit, and after that move it on, go to the next one. So here we have qualifying, and it's not done what it did last season. It always gave me Nathan to be on board with. It's given me Miami, so we're going to watch Miami. I don't want that, I want that, I want that. There we go. So I think from last season, I think Tin Can won one of the races around here. I think it was the one race I didn't commentate. So as they're coming up to the turn, as Miami comes up to turn 3, he's in about 15th now. I know he hasn't played the game in a while, but I do know he was also very quick in these cars. He was definitely a top 10 guy when we had 2 divisions, so he's going to be one to watch definitely this season. As Nathan down in 7th. So obviously the new cars, they're very different to drive from last year. The braking's slightly harder. Like braking on the old cars were quite easy, but the traction's a lot easier. So it's kind of, they just swap round. As we have Campbell at the top, Nathan's jumped up to 3rd. Tin Can is still in 2nd, but he's very good round here. As we're gonna watch, Miami's invalidated. But we're going to have a top 3... a top 4 that no one could have predicted that top 4. Campbell, Verstappen, Nathan, and Larkin in a top 4, which is the top 4 that finished in the championship last season. The only one that's missing from that is Rocco. Rocco down in 8th. He's a reserve this season. He dropped down to reserve. But there we have it. Nathan, not on pole. But the top 3, all within a 1/10 of each other. This is a good sign. Obviously, it's Austria. The times are going to be close, but that's a good sign. I'm just looking for results at Austria last season. Tin Can did win the feature race. He DNF'd from the sprint. The sprint race was won by Campbell. Nathan, 4th in the feature, 2nd in the sprint, and the other podiums were a 2nd for Rocco, 3rd for Campbell, and then there was a 3rd place in the sprint for B. Morgan, who I don't know if he signed up for reserve this season. Actually, no, did I say his name? Ignore me, he's in the Prema. It's, I'm not having a good time. I cannot remember. But yeah, very good qualifying for a pre-season race. Is quite good, and just hope. So obviously the top 10 will be reversed. So Campbell's actually going to start this race in 10th place. I did not look at the quality order, which was completely my fault. I do apologise. So more of you probably know who's on pole for this race, but it's whoever qualified 10th. I know Rocco is going to be 3rd on the grid. That's about all I know. If it works properly, and we're going to see now, Rocco is 3rd on the grid. There you go. So Heated actually took pole. Heated took pole. Maverick 2nd. Rocco starts this one 3rd. Chill in 4th. Cortez 5th. And then we have Tin Can 6th. Larkin, Nathan, Verstappen, Campbell. And that is, so the top 10 from quality reversed. Luke was 11th, so he's unlucky to miss out on that. Has Luke took part in F2 before? He is another one who I have no idea if he's taken part in F2. I know him from the F1 side. Very good driver on the F1 side. Jordan down in 12th. Killer Blue 13th. Mark 14th. Ibo 15th. And then I think everyone below him must have invalidated. Miami definitely did, so everyone, yeah. I'm going to have a look for Luke. I don't think Luke he didn't take part last season, so we'll go off that anyway. I don't think he took part before that as well, so I think this will be Luke's first season in F2. And we'll just wait for everyone to get round to the grid. Very short track. 14 laps for a sprint race, so I'm going to guess it's about 19 or 20 for the feature. I don't know the exact amount. I haven't looked. But this will be very interesting to see the sprint come first. And this is a format I'm going to have to get used to, because I think at some point in this season I will forget and say that the feature race is coming up next when it's the sprint. So, yeah. Let's get ready. Let's go. I'm ready for this. It's been a long time since we've seen F2 cars race, and the new cars creates a completely different dynamic, and I cannot wait. It's like the start of the new game all over again as they get onto the grid, and we're gonna have the drivers getting ready now. It's gonna be the lights come on now as we build to 5 lights, and away we go in Austria. Good start for Heated off the line. Good start from Rocco as well. Chill's going to have a look to the inside of Maverick into turn 1. He's going to get down the inside, but I don't think he'll get that move quite done as Maverick holds it round the outside. There's a bit of movement in the background. Campbell up a few positions. Tin Can filtered back, I think 4 positions already. As Luke and Jordan are fighting in the background. Chill does get the move on Maverick this time around. I want position changes, there we go. So Ibo down 5 off the start. Lars up 3. Those are the biggest movers really. Tin Can down 3. He's actually battling with Campbell now. He's actually got past Campbell, so as Campbell's got damage, there's someone off. That's Larkin. Don't know. He must, unless he got hit, he must have lost the back end or something like that. Coming out of turn 4 at the bottom of the hill, as Campbell gets a bit sideways, battling Verstappen. There's yellow flags. Miami's gone off in the beginning of sector 3. Campbell gets through on Verstappen. So Tin Can's actually recovered back up to 7th. Very nicely done from him. As Rocco did take the lead. I'm sorry for missing that. There's just a lot of action going down the field. But Rocco actually took the lead at the start. Rocco, very quick. He just needs to get used to the cars, I think. He showed it last season. He finished 5th in the championship. So once he gets used to the cars, he could be well up there. His quality, he must be a bit disappointed with that, but it's pre-season. They're not practicing for this. If they are, I'd question what they're doing. But we have Nathan, last season's champion, looking to overtake Cortez. Cortez switches to the inside. Nathan has to go around the outside. He's not getting that done from there. Cortez tries to shut the door. Nathan's nose still in there, but they finally sort things out, and Nathan has to stick behind Cortez for the time being. I'm going to have to... A lot of the cars have changed from last season, like the liveries, so I'm going to have to try and figure it out again, as Lars has gone off at the bottom of turn 7. As Jordan picks up a 3-second time penalty. He's at the back right now. As we have movement further up, Cortez and Nathan. Campbell's going to try and get his way through there as well, at the inside, in that number 9 car. Is it the number 9 car? It says, okay, it's the thing with, that thing still exists. Number 9 car is the number 10 car. It said Theo Bush on the start, as Lars picks up a penalty. Tin Can now. Cortez trying to overtake Tin Can, not really getting it done. Tin Can has the DRS in this little queue. There's so much going on, it's difficult to keep up as Cortez looks to the inside. He's not going to get the space. Tin Can defending that pretty much as well as you can, and now Cortez's teammate's going to have a look around the outside for Verstappen, trying to go through it. I don't think he's going to get the room, as Cortez, drives straight to the edge of the track, and the whole position is now Campbell all over the back of Alt Maverick here. This is to get into the top 5, so the guys that qualified well are trying to move back up the order. Maverick a bit wide of the apex, and he'll follow this one through. Campbell in the DRS, but Maverick also has it, so it's very difficult to get anything done. He's going to have this is a terrible camera. They're going to have a look into turn 3 if he can do anything up the hill. Can he have a look around the outside? He doesn't want Nathan to get too far away from him. I think Campbell definitely has the pace to be on par with Nathan this season, not let Nathan quite run away with it as he did at the start of last season. But they're really starting to close up. The leaders all together now, really. Everyone is within a second of each other, down to Luke in 10th, which is quite good. Well, it's a DRS track around here as well, but it's still a very good thing. As we now have Campbell just slightly falling away, actually. He's just dropped outside of a second. But Nathan is now tucked up right behind the rear wing of Chill in 3rd place. And we also have I think that's the other Sharusov of Killer Blue. I think that's the Sharus cars. But yeah, he's gone off. Same place as his teammate did, as Chill's been sent into a bit of a spin on the side of Heated's car. Yeah, that was a weird incident. As Campbell's now right on the back of Nathan for P3. I don't want to check. I just want to check the cars. I'm getting them wrong already. No, it was the Trident. There we go. As Nathan had a look at Heated, couldn't quite get the move done. Heated going a bit wide through turn 5, and Nathan's going to look all the way around the outside, and Heated's going to have to give him the space, and Nathan looks like he's going to get this move done all the way around the outside of 6 and 7 into 8 now, and he holds the position. Good overtake from Nathan. Campbell now has to try and follow suit as quickly as he can. Wants this race win, even though it's pre-season, wants this win, and he gets it the inside of 10. And oh no! And Campbell is out of the session. He probably felt like he should have been given more space. Campbell probably thought he had the corner. So yeah, that's an unfortunate one. As we now have a move for the lead. Nathan up the hill on the DRS gets Rocco into turn 3. As Maverick and Verstappen fighting over P3. I want to select Nathan. There we go. As Rocco's going to have a look back. Is he going to make a move down the inside? No, he doesn't go for it. Nathan holds P1 as we have Cortez and Luke in the background going for a move. Tin Can now battling for 3rd. Had a look at Verstappen. Verstappen got a much better exit. And actually Maverick's having a go at well, I think Cortez is actually trying to overtake Maverick now. Sorry, I got it the wrong way round. But Cortez up into 5th position. Still trying to follow these guys. Nathan and Rocco kind of in a league of their own right now. 3.5 seconds clear. The gap was kind of created when Campbell went off. But yeah, you know, very good battling so far. Oh, that's a big mistake from Verstappen. Tin Can's going to fly past Cortez. His teammate's going to have a look at him. This is going to be very interesting whether Cortez can put any pressure on the back of Tin Can into turn 3. He's going to go for the move. He does look to the inside. Doesn't quite go for it. Tin Can doesn't defend. Doesn't really need to. It's a bit too far ahead. Got a very nice exit. Just drives away from Cortez out the corner. As we come down to turn 4, and they're all going to hold position. Rocco's still staying with Nathan in the background. I'm going to say Taupe. Taupe looking at Larkin. Larkin in that UNI Virtuosi in the Drugovich car. Taupe just figuring it out, trying to just look his way around. Chill still there. Chill had his spin. He's still in that fight at the back of the top 10. As further down the field, we've had people that have spun. Heated had that incident with Campbell. There's Miami, Killer Blue, Ivo in the pits, Lars and Jordan. They've all had moments in this race. And we have yellow flags. That would be Lars, I think, in the gravel. Yes, it is in the Campos. And that's a another off in this race. So go back for the battle for P3. We have Cortez still on the back of Tin Can as they come up the hill, and this time he does go for it. Cortez looks at the inside. Has he got quite enough? Tin Can's got a decent exit. Cortez is going to get DRS. He's going to drive away from him down this straight. The DRS is powerful enough, although saying that, he's not quite got what I thought he had. Tin Can's very good on the brakes around the outside, and Cortez makes a little, I think there was a little bit of contact. Tin Can trying to hold it around the outside. Is he going to hold this position? Cortez going to really try and have to go around the outside. He doesn't quite go for it. We have another off, and I think that was Chill off again. As Tin Can holds on to P3. Rocco still within 3 seconds, but I think he might just drop out this time around. Yes, he has. And he is out of DRS now. So Nathan in the lead of this race, and going to continue in the lead of this race as Rocco has now fallen out of DRS completely. And Cortez again looks for it on the inside of turn 1. Tin Can, wouldn't surprise you to know, has a penalty. I needn't say more. As Cortez finally looks to get this move done. He has DRS. He had DRS. Gets it done. I think Tin Can should have DRS. Cortez's exit wasn't great, but neither was Tin Can's. Tin Can's got to look behind him now and see the other HWA car. Is it HWA? I think it's HWA. I don't know what car that is that Verstappen and Cortez are in, but it is HWA. There we go. It's HWA. But that has finally been resolved. Well, for the moment, Cortez up to 3rd. Rocco now 2 seconds back. So that's only 1 lap later. He is well out of it. Luke had a look in that Carlin on Larkin, but they hold position as Maverick picks up a 3-second time penalty. The 3-second time penalty is absolutely flying. Eisen is up 10 positions, and right next to him Heated is down 10 positions as Luke finally gets through on Larkin. Larkin give him a little tap. Luke took a bit too much curb. Larkin gives him a little tap. Neither of them got DRS, so Luke is going to stay ahead. Larkin wants this DRS, sticks behind, and probably gonna keep. Well, it'll be interesting to see if Larkin can actually get this move. He's well behind, so I don't think he's gonna get this overtake done. But Tin Can was on the back of Cortez. Cortez made a little error coming out of that corner. It's a bit too much curb on the exit, I think. But they get away with it. We're on lap 10 of this race already. It's flown by. Obviously, it is the sprint. None of them have to pit for this race. It is mandatory in the next race. As that was Maverick in the background making quite a big error. And just a bit sideways. Still keeps Luke out of DRS. As Nathan, yet again, sets the fastest lap. So, 4 laps to go. Rocco now 3 seconds behind. It's just... don't think he's quite got enough. I think there are 3 cars lap down now as well. It is a short track, but there have been a few incidents as Luke looks to overtake Larkin again. Neither of them have DRS again, as Larkin does hold the inside. He's going to keep that position. Chill picks up a penalty, but Luke does have DRS this time around, so can he do anything against Larkin? I don't know, as Tin Can has gone for a move against Shizu Cortez, and Cortez actually holds that one, as Luke couldn't get anything done either behind that. As the battles are kind of just... people are going for overtakes, and it's not quite paying off. That's the stage we're in. Obviously, you expect that towards the end of the race. Anyways, Nathan picks up a 3-second penalty. It's not going to cost him too much at this point in time. There are the penalties. Maverick's going to lose a lot with those 9 seconds of penalties, but it is, once again, pre-season. So it doesn't matter at all, as Larkin picks up a 3-second penalty. There's a spinner in sector 3. I think that is Killer Blue again. As Mark has just got past Jav as they're going into turn 6. As Lars picks up a penalty. Tin Can still on the back. Oh, Verstappen had a look then. Couldn't quite get the drive out of the corner. Larkin did get past Maverick. So Larkin finally putting himself ahead. But he will have to contend with the DRS of Maverick trying to look back into turn 4. Tries to go around the outside. Larkin shuts the door. Hasn't quite got enough. And they carry on. Two laps to go at the end of this one. Nathan coming around to turn 9 already. As this 4-car train come through the middle sector. We still have that battle for P3. Tin Can kind of out of it now with that 3-second penalty. Verstappen still in behind. There is a lapped car. And the lap car does get out of the way, but it has given Cortez DRS for at least this straight. I think that's last, so Tin Can losing the back end slightly again coming out of turn 1. We've seen that a lot from drivers this race. As still in this little queue, no one really going anywhere. Maverick staying with Larkin, but he now has 12 seconds of penalties. And Luke behind is struggling a bit. He's got Tope behind him. Tope was trying to overtake. I think he was trying to overtake Larkin earlier. I think these are 2 different teams. They're both Red Bull liveries, but they're both 2 different teams. Luke in the Carlin, Tope in the High Tech. As there's more yellow flags, that would be Nathan. You can tell it's pre-season because Nathan has just spun out of the lead with a lap and a half to go. And he's now got half a front wing. He's lost the left side in play. So okay. Rocco is going to win. That's all I have to say. So Nathan built up his gap, and the two that I thought probably in the championship fight have both crashed out at some point in this race. Nathan obviously still going, but not with his whole car. So pre-season. I don't know how many times I've said pre-season now, but it's probably too many. As we're on the final lap, is anyone going to go for it on the final lap? It doesn't cost them starting position. They've got to remember that. You can be a bit more aggressive, I think, because you're not costing yourself anything for the next race. Because that was all done in qualifying. So no one really going for it. It's all staying formation. At this point, Rocco's going to win. Cortez is going to come second, with his teammate Verstappen going to finish third as it stands. Nathan actually staying with these guys on with that broken front wing, which is fairly impressive. But then again, the DRS does a lot of work around here as Rocco crosses the line and he wins the sprint race here at Austria in pre-season. I know we've already done one of the races, but I just want to say this format works very nicely because that has warmed me up properly for a feature race. One-shot quality doesn't quite do it. I think having you build yourself up, you just one-shot quality sprint race, and then you go into the feature race, build it up, and it works quite well. But Rocco wins. Cortez second, Verstappen third. Tinkan fourth in the end because Nathan had a penalty as well. Nathan finishes fifth. Luke, his teammate, gets sixth in the end. Larkin seventh, Tope in eighth, Eisen ninth, Miami 10th, Heated 11th. Maverick finishes 12th. I want to say he crossed the line in 10th. No. I don't know how many seconds of penalties he actually had. Because I don't think, unless he had an error on the last lap. I didn't see that. And then we have Jav in 13th, Mark in 14th. Chill crashed out. And I think Killer Blue was 15th. Chill crashed out in 16th. And then we have Ibo in 17th. And then I'm guessing at this point. I was trying to read off my very small preview screen, but it didn't quite work. Jordan was 18th, there we go. Lars 19th, and then Campbell, the only retiree. Well, actually, no, not the only retiree. The only non-classified finisher. Because Chill crashed out on the last lap. But there we have the sprint race. I did it. There we go. I did it. I said feature race. The sprint race. Here in Austria, sprint for pre-season done. We now move on to quali. So it is the order they actually qualified. So Campbell will be on pole for this race, and I think Verstappen second, Nathan in third, Larkin fourth, and then the rest I think it's Tinkan and Cortez on the third row. I think, if I saw that correctly, Maverick actually got 15 seconds of penalties at the end of the race. And maybe that was someone else, I don't know. But here we go, feature race time. Have to use 2 compounds, have to pit after lap 3. I mean, no one's going to get disqualified. It's pre-season. But I don't see why you would pit any earlier than that. But lap 3 is the lap to pit. Well, you can pit from. I think around here it's mediums and hard compound tyres. The old... No. It's mediums and hard. It's yellow and... Wait, no, it's not yellow. There's red literally there. I can see it. It's soft and hard as we get onto the formation lap, and we can see what everyone's actually chosen. Everyone is on the softs except from Rocco in 8th position and Lars down in 19th. They've both gone for the hards. It's going to be such a big gap between the two, so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with that. Whether the reverse strategy with this season is gonna play a massive role, because I know in seasons gone by it's been very powerful. If you can just get away clean, it's very big. But because the DRS effect isn't, like, the DRS train isn't as big, if you fall out of it, it's not going to matter as much in F2. And I'm very interested. As Campbell slowing the pack down in the formation there. We'll get into this as they come through the final 2 corners of the formation. This is 20 laps. Yeah, we'll wait for this as the leaders start to get to the grid, all doing their little psychotic weave. It's the smallest weave. It doesn't do anything. I don't know why the AI decides, yes, we've got to do this. As we have the Tesla sponsored car at the back of the field. And Eisen's in it, so that car is now my favourite. And it also has the number 24 at the front. So, here we go. As we get ready for the lights. They're going to come any second now. There we have it. So, the order from qualifying as we have 5 red lights. And away we go. Campbell, good start. Verstappen, not so good start. And Larkin got ahead of a start behind. Nathan had a look to the inside. Goes to the outside. Doesn't quite get anything done. But he is going to hold on to second place as they come into turn 1. Verstappen trying to defend. He's actually defended that quite well. It's Tinkan side by side with Larkin. Got the slipstream. Tinkan just slightly ahead. Larkin going to move to the outside. Is there any movement? There is a send from Chill up the inside. They're 3 wide here. This could go badly as Larkin gets the drive away from the corner. And Tinkan now side by side with Chill. Chill, very late move, but fair as you like. He's going to hold the inside here. Tinkan goes all the way around the outside. He's going to get this one done. Holds on. No, they're still going to be side by side as they come through. The top order still stay the same. Just that Nathan move at the start as Tinkan holds on to 5th position from Chill. Cortez actually dropped back 1 position already. So Chill actually making a bit of movement. Rocco's held firm in 8th position. But Killer Blue all over the back of him. Does look to the inside. Doesn't go for it though. Rocco turns in very early. And just to get those tyres turned in. But he gets it done fine as Campbell leads us on to the second lap. Nathan all over the back of him. So Nathan has got some pace as Jav comes into the pits. This will not count as a mandatory pit stop, but once again, pre-season. As we have yellow flags, that would be heated at turn 1. He's at a bit of an off as we have... Shazoo Cortez, I nearly messed that up completely. Going up the inside of Chill into turn 3. Does get it stopped, but Chill's going to have a run out the corner. He's on the outside. Going to have to watch. He's not going to get much room on the outside, but can he get it held around the outside? He goes a bit deep. Cause I nearly did it again. Cortez gets away from the corner in front, and he's back up into 6th position. So all pretty much held position at the start. Rocco still ahead of Killer Blue. Killer Blue, this is basically his only preseason race. As Chill has gone for a spin. And his preseason races haven't gone very well so far. Spin at turn 1 in the first race after a bit of contact, and then spin at the exit of turn 8. As DRS is now enabled onto lap 3. I think we're going to be seeing most of these people pit on about lap 8, lap 7 for softs to pit onto the hards. You want to get the undercut if you can, but here comes Killer Blue trying to make a move on Rocco. Rocco falling out of DRS because of that chill spin. Killer Blue goes way too deep and actually might lose more than 1 position. Rocco had DRS as well, so Luke is going to fly past, you would have thought now. You might have to watch even further behind him as Maverick has a look. Can't get anything done. Is Killer Blue going to be able to hold off Luke? Yes, he is. Maverick goes down the inside of Luke. Bit opportunistic. Gets it done, though. Has the inside line for turn 6, and he will keep that position. So, actually, no, Luke holds onto the position, sorry. As Jav has now retired in the pit lane, and we have an off in the background. That is Ibo. And there's a virtual safety car I was starting to think that safety car wasn't on because we had a few incidents in the first race. That Campbell one comes to mind, and nothing happened. So VSC in this one, people can now pit. Oh, Jav didn't retire in the pit lane. That is a big crash at the exit of the final corner. And as they come through to turn 1 now, this VSC could be going anytime soon, as Nathan and Campbell have just driven away from Verstappen. And is Nathan planning... Oh, that was interesting. Is the VSC going this right now? Is that why Campbell stopped and then went for it? Miami has a 5-second penalty for hitting the back of... Well, for hitting Mark. Mark was behind him, so don't know what's happened there. But Campbell's slowing off again. These two playing games on each other. I thought Nathan was going to do something I saw him do a couple weeks ago. If you know, you know. And the VSC has gone just there. He gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC, as Nathan has lost the back end on the exit of that VSC. So any advantage he was looking to get, Campbell got a great restart anyway, but any advantage Nathan was looking to get is completely gone, as now Verstappen will have DRS behind him. Campbell has now got the second and a half gap that he wants, and Nathan's going to have to start looking behind him. Verstappen, we know Verstappen can win races. He's right up there in terms of pace, but at the start of this race, Nathan and Campbell just seem to be in a league of their own. But now here comes Verstappen, closing up on the back of Nathan. Is he going to look to the inside? Doesn't go for it here. Is he going to go for it down into turn 4? Both similar line. Nathan gets a good exit. Is it good enough to stop Verstappen from having a look down into turn 4? I think it is. So I think he's a bit too far back, but he's well within play now. That's the main thing. Verstappen is right behind Nathan, as Nathan is starting to close that gap back up again. Campbell is now down to 1.5. It was up at 1.7 at the start of the lap, so that gap is slowly decreasing. But Nathan still has to watch out behind him. He's bringing that group with him. Rocco still in 7th. He's held off everyone behind him so far. Obviously, Killer Blue went for that move, didn't quite make it stick, and I think he lost a few in the process. He's got back to behind Rocco now, as that gap is now, it's 1.5 again. So 2/10 gained that lap by Nathan. Oh, another thing I didn't say at the start. So last season, the setups for F2 were default. You couldn't change them whatsoever. Now, they have the choice of all 5 presets, from maximum speed to maximum downforce to 1 to 5, and so far you can slightly tell in terms of the pace, as we have Mark round in the final sector, and he has got it going again. I hope. And Luke having a look at Rocco. Oh, Killer Blue! Bit too late on the brake, slides off, and that should be some front wing damage. It is left hand side end plate damage for Killer Blue, and Mark has now retired from the session. But Nathan nearly out of a second as Verstappen is going to try his luck in the pit stops. He's gone for an early stop, lap 6. Onto the hard compound tyres. He's the only one to do so. And this is a plan... Well, actually, he's getting joined in the pits by Miami. But this is the plan to try and undercut Nathan if he can. Nathan obviously has the pace, and was slightly pulling away from him. But with the undercut, who knows? The only thing you got to worry about, is it too early to come in for a pit stop? Is it too soon? As Killer Blue picks up a penalty. Nathan now inside DRS again, so Campbell gonna have to look behind him again, as Tin Can now side by side pretty much with Larkin. Neither of them have DRS. They've got Cortez behind, not made a move. Verstappen's come out in clean air. That's also very important, as Luke and Rocco trade places yet again in these two Red Bull livery cars, and Rocco stays ahead yet again. So Rocco doing a tremendous job on those hard compound tyres, holding everyone off. He's not been overtaken once. So this is quite impressive, to say the least. As Tin Can now going to come into the pits, so they're all coming into the pits. Rocco will stay out. It literally... Oh, Nathan's crashed in the pits! Miami has just picked up a 3-second penalty, but Nathan has crashed in the pits, so Verstappen should jump him, or at least made a mistake. He's not lost his front wing, but he has made a mistake where it's cost him a lot of time. It's going to drop him down the order. Yeah, a lot of people came into the pits just then. Larkin has put on another set of softs. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that one out as well. So we now have Luke in second place. Rocco leading the race on his hard compound tyres. I think the only one other one that started on hards was Lars. He's down in 5th right now. But I think we'll get the other 3 soft runners in this lap or the next. Well, I think Heated and... Killer Blue is out of the session in the pit lane, so it's not going to cause a safety car, fortunately, as we're going to get some soft runners in. We are. Luke into the pits. Oh no, he's overshot that by a mile. I think he's also getting joined by Alt Maverick. He is, and Jordan is also going to follow him in. So they all go in. Rocco staying out. I don't know why it changed to that camera angle, which is very interesting. But he stays out on his hard compound tyre, so he's going another 4 or 5 laps or whatever. Well, maybe just another 3 laps actually. Lap 12 I think he can pit from, but it'd be very interesting to see if he can do that. Well, everyone else just drove to lap 8, so 8 laps at the end is definitely doable, but as his teammate actually is the one... Oh no, it's not his teammate. That is the smallest colour difference ever. So his teammate is taupe, and I can barely tell the difference between those 2 colours. So Lars and Tin Can are... No, Tin Can is not... I'm so baffled, as actually Tin Can's going for a move on Larkin. Oh no, not on Larkin, on Cortez, sorry. Cortez not going to give him any room out there. Nathan's going to have a look. So this is how far Nathan's fallen back. He's fallen back into this group with Cortez and Tin Can. Larkin just driving away from these guys, and Nathan's had a spin, and he's taken Tin Can with him. That was just... yeah, Nathan not having a very good time with things right now. As Rocco extends his lead over his the grey car counterpart. Here we go. Campos. It's not even grey, but it's got a great colour, as is this car, which is blue or black or whatever shade of whatever that is. Whatever shade the Red Bull actually is, but it's not grey. But I mean, high tech is grey, but just not that one. As Rocco continuing his journey on the hard compound tyres. Here we have Nathan on the back of Tin Can. Feel like I've seen this one before, maybe last lap. And well, I don't know what happened with Nathan. Wasn't quite paying attention. I just saw him spin, and then Tin Can went with him. But Nathan can't get anything done down into turn 4. The only other battle we really have on track is Verstappen. I think has just been overtaken by Larkin. So Larkin on his softs going to work, really. Nathan's just bumped past his way past Tin Can. Tin Can picks up a 3-second penalty for that as well. Okay. But Nathan not having the best of times. He was dominating the sprint, and then crashed, and then he was doing quite good in this. He's on the back of Campbell, who is the provisional leader, 3 seconds ahead of Larkin. It's going to be interesting if Larkin can close up to him, as Verstappen now actually makes a move on Larkin. So That's a DRS pass. And Nathan ahead of Tin Can, trying to close up to the back of Maverick. And we have another off that would be heated down at turn 8, the exit of turn 8. So another off just there. As drivers starting to settle into things really. As Heated's finally got going again. Nathan still closing this gap as Verstappen and Larkin still going at it. Larkin's softs are not going to feel great after a while, and I'm pretty sure he started on the softs, so he's used to 2 sets of softs. He's going to have to pit again, but it once again for the 15th time. It's pre-season. Who'd have thought it? But yeah, Larkin, it's not going to matter. But I think even the game will disqualify him if he doesn't put on hard. So he'll probably pit at some point for the hard compound tyres. As Verstappen goes for the move yet again down the inside of turn 3. Is he going to get that one forced out? Neither of them have DRS. Larkin slightly ahead as they come down to turn 4. So Nathan finally makes his move on Maverick. And Verstappen goes for the inside, can't get anything done. So Larkin holds him off again as Campbell is starting to approach Lars in the Campos. And this is to put him back into second as Nathan makes another move around the ends outside of Taupe. And then back into 8th place for provisional 6th as Campbell does get that move done as Lars comes into the pits. And Rocco has stayed out to lap 13, so Rocco should be in at the end of this lap. He's got a 14-second gap to Campbell. Obviously, F2 pit stops are a lot longer than F1 pit stops. I don't know what the delta time around here for all pit stops is. Probably something like 35 seconds, 30 seconds for the F2 cars. As Campbell now just on his own really, in second place, soon to be first. I'm very interested to see what Rocco can do on those soft compound tyres. As Nathan, I think, has just cleared the DRS. No, he hasn't cleared the DRS. He's just outside of the DRS from his teammate in front of him. That is Luke, just up the road. As they come down to turn 4, Nathan should be within DRS now. As Rocco does come into the pits this time around, so it'll be very interesting to see where Rocco comes out after his pit stop. I'm gonna guess in 10th place as we have yellow flags. That would be Ibo moving out of the way. I saw that car and instantly thought Campbell, but he's a bit too far up the road for that. So Campbell takes the lead on at the start of lap 14 as Rocco has his soft top compound tyres on. He's actually going to come out a bit further up the road than I thought. He might come out ahead of this train. He's going to come out next to right next to Luke as Nathan takes the alternative route round the exit of turn 1. And the 2 Red Bull cars are now right next to each other again. Luke was just behind Rocco. He is now just behind Rocco, but Rocco now has the soft compound tyres on compared to the hards, and it was the other way around earlier on. So Luke, not using his DRS, he's just going to let Nathan go. Rocco has a chance now. 4 seconds the gap to Cortez. Can he get into 4th? Can he potentially get himself in a podium range by getting himself within 3 seconds of Verstappen, who I will now show the penalties? There we go. So it's only 3 seconds for those guys, but it's still 3 seconds could cost them the podium. We have 6 laps remaining of this race as Campbell crosses the line to start lap 15. Just starting to heat up as Verstappen still on the back of Larkin. I think Larkin still has to pit for hards. I don't think anyone else has to pit again. Actually, I can check. Does it not show if there's a valid pit stop. There are yellow flags in sector 3. That would be chill. I'm pretty sure. No, wait. Is it chill? Oh yeah, I think it's chill. But is it or not? Yeah, it's definitely chill. Verstappen, is he going to go for it? Larkin goes to the inside, defends it. Larkin's going to go a bit deep, you would think. No, he doesn't quite squeeze him out. Verstappen's going to try and hold it around the outside of 5 to give him the inside for 6. He does have it. Is Larkin going to be able to have the room around the outside? Nathan staying with Rocco, going to look for an overtake, but this isn't good for Rocco. Verstappen tries to force his way through, gets the room, gets the overtake, but Larkin comes back at him. Keeps that inside for turn 8. As they go side by side into turn 9, Larkin has the inside. Verstappen goes around the outside. Verstappen gets the move done. Larkin going to be on the DRS. Or no, Larkin is into the pits this time around. So Larkin does have his pit stop onto the hard compound tyres. On the end of lap 15, as Tin Can picks up a penalty. It's actually his second penalty. As Larkin is going to drop well outside the top 10. Campbell now with a 5.5 second lead. And yet again, it is Verstappen and Cortez, second and third. Just in the other order this time around. So Rocco won the sprint race, but it was Cortez second, Verstappen third. Nathan on the back of Rocco. Can't get anything done. Rocco has those softs on, but it's not. It is dragging him towards Cortez, but it's not getting him away from Nathan. They pulled clear of Luke. There's now 2 seconds to Luke behind. But Nathan just all over the back of Rocco, looking for an overtake, and at some point, Rocco's tyres are going to fall off, and Nathan's going to see his opportunity and go for it. Knowing Nathan, he'll probably see his opportunity a long way before that. But time can only tell on that one, as Campbell's lead is now over 6 seconds. Verstappen has that 30-second penalty, as Nathan picks up a 30-second penalty. So that, as he's going to have to get a move on with things now. But once again, I don't think he really cares where he finishes. He just wants the practice and the rhythm with the cars, really. That's what these two races are about. As Tope gets through on his Red Bull, his fellow Red Bull liveried car. Luke has nothing to fight that with, and Tope now ahead. So the Carlin has just the High-Tech has just overtaken the Carlin, and here we have a High-Tech ahead of a Carlin. So double whammy of that, as Maverick picks up his 4th penalty. So he's back up to 12 penalties for the second race in a row. As Nathan picks up a second time penalty. He's really going for it now. Track extending everywhere, trying to get this overtake of Rocco done. And it's not even gaining him time. That's the worst part about this. He got a really bad exit out of that final corner. Didn't really get anything. So this is his opportunity. Can he get Rocco up the hill? Rocco can see the HWA cars in front of him, as Cortez is nearly within DRS range of his teammate. Nathan can't get anything done on Rocco, as he's going to have another crack down into turn 4. But Rocco very close to getting DRS. This could be very interesting. If Rocco gets DRS, he could just get away from Nathan. So he needs 4 attempts in the final 2 sectors of this lap. But Cortez has just dropped within a second of his teammates. Rocco picks up a penalty now. He can still get a podium if he beats Verstappen on track. But he has to do that now. And he is very close to getting within the DRS of Cortez. I actually think he's lost a little bit from him through there, and he actually drops out of DRS. He was just in it for a second, and now he's dropped back out. And he's gonna not get it up to turn 3 either, because he lost the all the pace coming down there. But here comes Nathan. This is Nathan's actual shot. He's not got a DRS open, I don't think. So he doesn't go for it on Rocco. He's really trying to make this overtake work, though, as Cortez is right on the back of his teammate now, as Nathan, bit sideways coming out the corner. Has he got enough to try and overtake Rocco? Yeah, he's not going for it. I just want to see a move, as Maverick makes a move on his teammate, Tinkan, and they swap places for 8th. And we still have Nathan tucked up right behind Rocco. Rocco's now losing time, so have those softs finally hit their edge, and are they past their peak now? As Nathan weaves to the inside, he's having looks, not really trying to go for the move, but he's looking for it. He's moving out of the way as we start. We're on the final lap now. Campbell just has gone in this race. He's 7.5 seconds ahead. As Nathan picks up a 3rd time penalty. Not going to cost them very much. Probably 2 positions. Because of penalties elsewhere in the field. As Cortez gets past Verstappen. And Nathan gets past Rocco. And Nathan had a bit of a poor exit. As Rocco's going to get a run. Who has DRS? Rocco has the DRS. So Rocco is going to hold the inside for this one. Is Nathan going to try and switch to the inside? No, he can't really do that, as Rocco's going to force him out all the way, and they make a bit of contact, and Nathan is off the road. Elbows out from both as Cortez and Verstappen are side by side. Verstappen gets back past his teammate. It's all for naught in the end, as Cortez is going to get this on penalties. But head of a drive from this man right here. Crashed in the first race after a bit of contact. Was looking on for a podium, but Campbell wins the feature race in pre-season. Very good drive from him. Complete dominance, as there was a massacre at the end. Cortez finishes 2nd, Verstappen 3rd, so they finish in the same order as they did, in the same positions as they did in the first race as well. Rocco finishes 4th after his win in the sprint. Luke in 5th, Tope in 6th, Nathan finishes 7th. Just a few errors in pre-season, but it's better to get them out of the way in pre-season than to do them in the actual season, as Miami is 8th, Lars in 9th, Tinkan finishes 10th in the end, Eisen in 11th, Maverick 12th, Larkin 13th, and then we'll have Jordan cross the line in 14th. Chill finishes 15th. Oh, sorry. Apologies for that. Chill crosses the line in 15th, and then Ivo, a lap down, crosses the line in 16th, and then we had Heated, Killer Blue, Mark and Jordan retire from the session. Well, no, so not Mark. That would be not Jordan. It's Jav. Sorry, Jordan crossed the line in 14th, and I literally just said that. But they're both in Prema, and their names, when you're reading it on a small screen, look very similar. But there we have it. Campbell wins the feature race. I think we might get used to a bit of this. The HWAs on the podium, they look very consistent. Campbell and Nathan, still the two to beat, I think, on pace-wise. But Campbell just... Nathan had a few more mistakes in him. Campbell had that accident, but I don't know... Well, I wouldn't say it's a racing incident. Probably as 50-50 between the two of them as you can get, from my point of view anyway. And another one was Tinkan had excellent pace again. Just got caught out a bit with penalties in the race. And then Luke was mega consistent, and then Rocco and Larkin just there again, like they were last season, just in the mix. And it's going to be a cracking season, I'll tell you that now. It's going to be a fantastic season for F2. I can't wait. But let's go through it first off. So next week, F2, Tuesdays, 8 PM. It's changed time, but it was Monday, 7 PM. Now it's Tuesdays, 8 PM, GMT. So whatever the time is now in the UK, and when it goes forward, it will still be 8 p.m. in the UK. So just go on that. And the next track, the first race of the season, is at Silverstone. Silverstone is an excellent track for F2. It's fantastic, and I cannot wait. Another thing that starts this week is Eloise F1 side. The season starts this Friday, Saturday. PC on Friday, Saturday on PS4. It's Imola at 8 p.m. for PC on a Friday, 6:30 or 8 p.m. depending on the divisions on a Saturday for PS4. But Imola, I cannot wait for it. And yeah, until next week, until we get to Silverstone, I will lead you off. Thanks for watching, Eloise, and make sure to tune in at the weekend for the start of the F1 season.